Good morning on Friday. We made it another week. Just have to thank God for the things that He's doing in this moment. And I wanted to come on here because I was on my way to work. I just finished dropping off my daughter, and there was this car that he turned and was driving on the far lane from me, right? And I guess he's just impatient because the lane I'm in is going to end up being a turning lane. And the lane he's in is a straight lane. So the car in front of him was driving slow. And of course, he's just so impatient that he speeds coming into my lane to pass the guy and ends up still at a red light. And I'm just like, why did you do all that just to end up at a red light? Like, there's nothing in the world that you have to get to at this time of the morning to be rushing. Like, at this point, if you're late, you're late. The one thing that I learned is that if I'm late, it's just God's way of protecting me of something that He sees ahead of me that I cannot see. And so, seeing that just showed me how sometimes we do that in life. Like, we're so impatient of the results. We're so impatient in not waiting on what the things that God is doing that we end up trying to detour, rush around the car, and still end up at a stop sign or at a red light or at a halt or at a construction. Like, in the end of the day, like, if God is delaying it, it doesn't mean that He is not going to bless you. Sometimes the blessing is way greater than what we even anticipate. The blessing is way greater than what we could even imagine, but because we want microwavable results, we don't have the patience enough to wait on the things of God. So I just wanted to remind you guys, like, at the end of the day, rushing through things is not going to solve it. Sometimes you just have to take your time. Sometimes you just have to wait. Sometimes you have to be at that red light because you never know what's three lights down that God is protecting you from. Don't get so mad. Don't get so anxious. Don't get impatient. Trust God. Trust the process. The process is never easy because it's pruning us. It's refining the things that is in us that we don't like. It's like that icky feeling, like that, like pulling out the toxins, pulling out the things that are no longer good for us. Like, that is never a good feeling because when you're used to chaos or you're used to not having peace or you're not used to having normalance in your life, when things are quiet, you just don't know how to react to it. And sometimes God is showing you what peace looks like, but we rip away from it, we rush around it, and then we're like, God, give us peace. And He's looking at you like, I was trying to show you what peace was, but you wanted to go the opposite way. You wanted to do this. You wanted to do this in your own ways. So, I just wanted to come on here and encourage you guys on that because it just reminded me of that. And even when you're healing, when you're sick, we just want to hurry up and just be well. Or, when we're not feeling well, we want to hurry up and, just get better. Of course, everybody wants to be healed, but healing takes time. Healing doesn't just happen overnight. Healing doesn't just, I'm healed. No, it's a process. And we have to understand that process. Sometimes even the first step of the process is admitting that there's an issue. Because sometimes people can be angry and they don't even want to admit that they have an anger problem. Some people can have a depression problem and they don't want to admit that they have that. Some people have a drinking problem and they don't want to admit that they have a drinking problem. Some people are addicted to smoking weed, cigarettes, vape, whatever, and they don't want to admit that that consumes their life. They don't want to admit that. And you know what? Until you know that you need help, nobody help you. Even with God, God knows you need help. He just waiting for you to confess that thing to Him. He just waiting to confess that thing that idolizes your life, that takes your time, consumes your space, that you could be giving Him. And the thing is, once we realize that time that we give God is when He gives us the instructions that we need. Just like the GPS, you type in the address, Sometimes you may not like the way the GPS is taking you, but sometimes we try to be disobedient and go around what the direction is telling us, and then when we get stuck in traffic or we get stuck by construction or there's a detour or a blockage, then we get mad. But how can you get mad when the GPS was trying to warn you this is the way that you're going? Even though it took you around maybe the longer way, the GPS took you that way for a reason. And that's the same thing with God. Sometimes we get so mad and we try to go around what God is telling us, but we don't sit still long enough to follow the instructions, and then we get mad with the result. Can't do that. So I pray that this blesses you on this Friday morning. I pray that you have a blessed day. Don't let nobody bother you. Don't let nobody consume your mind, your thoughts, all that good stuff. Don't let nobody take that from you, because today is the day that the Lord has made, and you know what? All is well in it. You have to look at the good that's in the day instead of stop focusing on what's in the bad. I love y'all. I hope that this video blesses you. If it did, please share my video. Bless somebody else with it.